Surprise! No trailer today. How we doing? Welcome everybody. How we doing, PainGod?
Doing good. A little tired, but all in all, doing good.
Oh,
You got your new
man.
green screen, I see.
I know it's gorgeous. I was just looking at the Twitch
And you're
feed
not projecting anything on it.
on our end, but we have a beautiful. What is it in the background? I can't see. What is the tank? What did we put?
Oh, I don't see what they're seeing. Okay,
Yes.
that's right.
There we go. It looks sick. So I'm glad that we've finally got a green screen. Welcome everybody. This is the community update stream. I'm here with PainGod today. We're very close to World of Tanks Modern Armor on Tuesday. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go try and update you guys as much as possible as with what's going on Tuesday, and then we're going to try and just look out for your questions, answer as many questions as possible. I've already seen a bunch of questions on the forums, on Discord, and on Twitter. So I'm going to try and already preempt some of those for you guys. No mustache today. I'm sorry, everybody.
What?
No mustache today for me.
It's been so long since I've seen you, I forgot about it.
I know we've had a couple of weeks away. We've been so busy. Mainly me being busy as well. There's been a lot of other things that I've been working on in the background for you guys. So I'm glad that we could come back and do this. Keep tagging me in your questions, guys. If I miss them, keep posting them if you're able to. I'll keep an eye out for them. And without further ado, let's get stuck into it. We were talking just before we went live. What are some of the things that the community would like to hear at this point? One of the things that I've seen so far is kind of are we going to see some of the improvements coming into the next big update that we've been talking about for the last few weeks? So how are we looking with these improvements, PainGod?
Yeah, so I realized all the articles and stuff have all been about the modern armor, the new Cold War game mode. But that's not the only thing that's in the game. I told you the fixes had slowed down because once we get closer to a release, we have to split the code bases, and it's not easy to hot fix things out in the current live game. It's not safe, right? So we were piling things up, and they're coming out on Tuesday as well. And so I know everything's a bit about the modern tanks and new equipment and new consumables and stuff, but I want to let you know we haven't forgot about the core game at all. And there's a lot in this release for World War II players. The premium tech tree, it's back to a grid now, easier to navigate, and we added a filter so you can look at owned, unowned, on sale. So a lot easier to navigate that monstrosity now, and that's solely World War II, right?
That's very cool.
And then the tech tree, you can now look at tank upgrade information without having to own the tank. So you can actually go into unknown tanks in the tech tree and drill down and look at what their upgrades are and what the stats on them are.
Excellent.
I don't know why we didn't want you to look at unknown tanks before, but now you can.
It's going to be really useful.
I think this just kind of went out yesterday, but for those that didn't see the article or whatever, there's been updates to the garage, and I think it's kind of cool. The garage changes environments to match the camo that is on your tank, right? So there's a default if you don't have camo, and then as you go through the different seasons of the camos, it changes to winter or summer or desert. So I think that's pretty cool. The long requested, give me a warning when I'm about to launch into battle without a commander. One thing we didn't want to do is be spammy and like someone's playing without a commander because they want to, but they haven't gotten one yet, and like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? So I think I showed you guys a mock-up of this a while ago, but now you'll actually see the name of the commander and a little headshot over the tank and the tank reel and the one you have selected. So it's very, 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 very obvious that there's a commander on there.
Yeah, this is something I saw in the my community super testers. It's very clear now that you have a commander selected. So it's going to be very difficult for you to miss that you have a commander. So that should prevent any of the going into battle without a commander. If you I mean, if you want to still go into battle without a commander, you could definitely do that. But there will be like a nice little picture of the commander, their name just above the tank, so you'd be able to see that to prevent that if you don't want to go in the battle without a commander anymore.
It's one of my favorite improvements because I think it's better than anything we ever had. Right? There was times I would go into, back in the day, I'd go into battle with the wrong commander. On the tank because it wasn't just obvious to me, where my PainGod commander was, especially when I was, playing all my premiums for the times, the ×2 first win. So I'm really happy with that solution.
Yeah, I think the players will definitely like that one, along with the with the tech tree being looked at as well, with some extra filters in there. There's some questions in the chat that we're definitely going to get to, things like the PBRS and stuff like that as well. So stay tuned for all of that stuff.
And now, for the first time ever, you'll be able to see your platoon mates in the garage with you. You get to see their tanks, right? So if you platoon with two of your buds, their tanks will appear in the garage with you, which I think is super cool.
That is very cool. Yeah, that's something as well that.
And then you can go, dude, you took the wrong tank.
Yeah, you can look at your platoon. You can literally see your platoon. It looked really cool when I saw it over in the community super test and stuff. So just another little feature there. We're evolving the game bit by bit. Yeah.
Another one I'm personally very happy about, and I've mentioned this in a previous stream, but we have colorblind support in for everything now, I think. And it's not just HUD colors, it also will help with the environment for people. I think it's 5 different types that we support. And I think it's all of them, and it's done automatically by a graphics programmer. So it should be able to help out everybody. I really want to hear feedback on this. If we missed anything or we need to tune or dial things in, we did, a whole search with, all of our employees and the people they were at home with to find people that had these issues so that they could help us tune it. But there's nothing like, the sheer mass numbers of you guys. So definitely want feedback on that. That's its own selection. And then there's a team color selection as well for your preference of blue, orange, red, green.
There's quite a few choices. One of the things I was really surprised about as well when I jumped into it was actually just before we were going to do the map stream with Brendan on Monday, which I hope you guys really enjoyed. As I came into the screen, the whole screen was like a different color tint for me. It was all tinted green, and that was one of the new colorblind features that was already on my account. I thought my screen had broken because I'm not affected by color blindness, but I went into the settings and adjusted it to suit my needs, and it was really good. So I'm glad that we were able to get that all into the game for you guys, and I'll be looking out for feedback if something doesn't work for any of you guys. So just let me know. I'll be there for you on Tuesday, as I always am.
Yeah, so we'd love to hear your feedback on the team color selector. If there's more colors that fit your fancy, let us know, and we'll look at getting those added to it. I kind of want black and white myself, personally.
Black and white, wow, that'd be cool. I'd like that in World War II mode, like the old black and white films. Yeah.
Let's see what else. Are you ready with picture number 1, Tanksaur? Tanksaur?
Oh.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't give him very much time to prepare. I just dropped him in Skype. I'll jump on to the next one. long requested, long awaited, and I apologize for the length, but hit point numbers are now in the health bar, and you get, as you're doing damage, you get a flash of white of how much damage you did before it goes away, so it's really, really obvious, and it's really, really angering when there's one little tiny sliver left. I see the whole thing go away, and there's one sliver left. I'm like, seriously, he's got 14 hit points, and I have to wait for my 63-second reload.
Ramming speed at that point.
So super happy to be able to get that in. For a competitive player, we added multi-base assault mode support for all of the maps in custom games for people that are doing their own tournaments and skirmishes. That's been requested, so they all have it now. And then, interesting enough, I saw Minto. See how long it's been since I talked to you that I couldn't remember what your call sign was.
It's like 3 weeks. It's terrible.
I saw Minto's file a ticket based on feedback from the community contributors and super testers about, hey, move these spawns here and move the base cap with flag here. And I just happened to see that fly by my screen last night or this morning. I don't know. And Brennan, who, if you guys saw, the map update stream, I sent it over to him and said, hey, is this possible to do? He's like, I can do it today and get it in for Tuesday if you want. And so I'm like, well, okay, go right ahead. Don't break anything, please. So cool. That was like immediate feedback. That was, something that we could act on, right away.
That was brilliant. Honestly, that was something I was really like, that kind of reaffirms to me that we will do things like that. We are a let's try, and we're not a no culture in the team. That came straight from my community super testers, who are from the competitive bunch of players. Said, we'd like this. We think this would be really good for the competitive players. Can we do this? It went straight in my report, and then within 2 hours of it being in the report, there's a designer working on it, and so that's really impressive. I'm really glad we could do stuff like that. Cool.
Let's go back. Are you ready there, Tanksor? Okay.
Got.
So I got. So here's an interesting one. We added bot support for the higher tier matches. We only had bots autofill to tier 4 or 5. For the low matchmaking times on both the EU and the NA server. Right now it's only like a little bit less than 1% of the battles that will hard fail, because there's not enough people to matchmake in the queue, and that's usually the middle of night in both time zones. I know a lot of players just jump to the other server, so they don't have to worry about that. So we put that in, and we got feedback that some people don't want the bots in the higher tier gameplay. So I was looking at all the rules and everything, and I could say, okay, we'll just take it out, or I was looking like it's only at these certain times, and what if we just put it? This is actually talking with Brendan again. What if it's at 3 minutes, right? Because if you're sitting in the queue for 3 minutes and there's not enough people to matchmake, maybe bots are okay. So I think we're going to settle on that, but let's hear feedback. That means you guys will almost never ever see bots unless it's that middle of the night time. So let us know what you think about it.
I think let's see what it's like with the community. I'll keep an eye out for stuff. Like you said, it's going to be a very small amount of games that are so late at night. That they're waiting for quite a long time to find a match.
Is that better, so you can still earn as much XP or silver, or is it better to be like, okay, no bots, but as long as you have 7 versus 7 or 10 versus 10, go ahead and just launch with that. But then there's not as many tanks, you can't earn as much, and earning is really important at those high tiers. So if you have the bots, you can still earn, because everything's based on damage, right? Damage and spotting and a few other things, but assists and
yeah, it's
so we can try it and see what you guys think and adjust, from there. So let us know. There's 2 images. I sent 2 images. The very first one I sent. No. Unless I totally failed. Let me look. They're both the same, and I will send the other one.
Alrighty.
Is it up?
All right.
Okay, it's up.
The image is up.
Okay. Detailed stats in the armor viewer. They're back.
Yay.
Finally.
I'm really glad to see this back, if I'm honest. I love pouring through these and seeing what I can do. So I'm glad we've got it back.
And I'll tell you right now, not everything's there, and not everything's perfect. We were up to the gun. I was hoping to get it in. I didn't promise it would be in for this update because it was a lot of work, and it came down to, do we finish it completely and push it to the next release, or do we have at least what we know is working, put that in? And there was enough stats in there that were valuable that I'm like, put it in as is. The ones that we can't easily get, hooked up right now, we'll add later. Some of them might not display the way that players, prefer. We got a little bit of feedback. Well, this stat should actually show this from the community and super testers. So we're going to keep working on it. This is an evolving screen. Let us know what else you want to see here.
Excellent. Yeah, we can look at. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And as always, I know that the community will have some suggestions there. So yeah, be sure to hit me up on Tuesday or afterwards. And if you can't reach me, find one of my ambassadors. You can find out about all the ambassadors on our community hub page. You can even go through a community contributor as well. Those guys like to compile loads of feedback for me and get it to me as well. So whichever way you want to do, or you can post it on the forums or on Reddit or on Discord, it'll make its way to me. So just let me know.
Yeah, that's one that I think, Mintos, I think like somehow you work to have a page up with what's requested. So you're not getting asked the same thing 1,000 times. Like, okay, here's all the things that have been requested already. Let us know if you want to add anything new. And then when as we're working on them, getting them done, we can strike them through. Like, that's done.
Should definitely do that, actually. Yeah. Else I'm going to get absolutely destroyed with the same questions.
So yeah, not 100% there yet, but it's enough that I thought was valuable that it was worth releasing on Tuesday in its current form. And then, did you get that second picture? Okay. So in the PBRS, a lot of people are like, well, what did I earn XP or silver from exactly? Was it the bonuses? Was it a multiplier, op, first win, commander, skill, or whatever the case may be? So we added a detailed breakdown of your earnings that you look at if you want to see exactly what made up that whole total.
That's cool. Yeah, it's laid out pretty simple there. This is how much silver you spent. This is how much silver you earned.
You have no idea how many times we had to go back into the code and go, how does this actually work after 7 years, right? Very, very complex.
Yeah, it's definitely new. It's definitely new to kind of get used to, but yeah, I think it's laid out pretty simple there. So hopefully you guys like it.
And it's behind a button press, right? So it's not something that comes up. You're like, huh? If you want to look at it, you look at it. If you don't want to look at it, you just keep moving on.
Giving players choices. Good stuff. Nice. You guys are all enjoying everything so far. Seems like we're hitting everything you guys want to hear at the moment. We've still got a few things to talk about, and we've got questions as well. So, cool.
Lady Obscura Skypes me. Detailed stat goes up. Chat goes wild.
It's a thing that the community's been looking forward to. So I'm so happy.
Anytime you want a not completely done feature in the game, just let me know. I've lots of them. Also in the PPRS, once you earn your first marks of excellent medal, it will show you the progress to the next one.
Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that one today.
Yeah, surprise.
Excellent surprise. And
There's
Cold War
actually no
tanks
real,
have MOEs.
yeah, there's actually no real good to show your progress on the first one because it's a floating average of all the other people that are playing that tank. So there has to be a baseline, which means you have to earn one, and then I'll tell you your progress to the next one.
Oh, that's
So,
cool. That's
I hope you all enjoy that. Yes, I know people want that progress showed in the profile tab as well. There's a ticket on that. Lady Obscura just sent it to me so I can raise the priority and try to get it into the next release for you guys.
amazing. Congratulations to the team as well. These are some massive things. Excellent.
I've been seeing questions about the 3D commanders. I think people are assuming they're only for Cold War. Your 3D commander can be used in any tank in World War II, as you like. We're starting off with very, very traditional 3D commanders, but I think just like with the 2D ones, we'll start having some fun with those. Maybe some thematic ones around, maybe Halloween. Like I might want a Vampirus tank commander.
Cool. I love Halloween. Since moving here, it's definitely my favorite time of the year. Everything kind of gets a little darker, and I really love the feel of living in this country in Illinois around Halloween time. I'm already excited.
Go out to the haunted cornfields.
Oh, they're so cool. They're so cool.
Only like 45 minutes from the city.
Yeah.
And I want you to know, I've mentioned it in a couple of streams before. We're going to continue to add World War II tanks on a regular basis. I told you the Italian heavies are coming very, very early summer. And we have a roadmap for, over the next year of World War II content to add to the game too. We're not forgetting about the core game. And as I mentioned, the Cold War game mode, it's going to be a place where we try things. We see if we like them. If we don't like them, see if you guys go, this would be great. You got to add that to World War II tanks. Like, let's say everybody loves the smoke consumable and they want it added to World War II. Hey, we can do that. But for right now, we're like, let's play with it in this sandbox over here, see what the reaction is. Is there too many? Is it too long of a cooldown? Is it too short of a cooldown? Is there, we're going to find all these things out. But leave World War II, the core game as it is, and if you guys ask for some of that stuff to go into World War II, we can look at doing that and work on that. So
yeah, the World War II mode's a special mode for everybody. It's what we all came here for, and definitely like this. It's World of Tanks, so there's a lot more tanks to go and explore. But definitely, it's this.
There's almost exactly 900 more tanks.
Oh my word!
in World War II than there will be at launch of Cold War.
Oh my word!
But Cold War stuff, again, we have a long schedule of adding more tanks and making the lines wider and adding, other countries and affiliations. That's all coming. We want to start small, get it good, get it balanced, get everything tuned right, and then we'll keep adding more.
Yeah, I've already seen some really excited members of the community looking for the different nations and stuff. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoys the Cold War mode, and then we can get looking forward to some of these new nations coming in the future.
A question I saw for Cold War players start out with 2 Cold War tanks in their account automatically when you go into the mode. One for each affiliation, the Western and Eastern. The silver and XP cost starting in Cold War is roughly around tier 7, tier 8 of World War II, and only go up to like 1.6 of when you get to the top of the detente era. 1.6 of what World War II tier 10 would be. So it's not like this super huge inflation or anything like that. You can use your gold and silver and your free XP in either mode that you want. There's no wall off there. Your boosters can be used in either one. Your symbols can be used in either one, except for the new ones that are specific to Cold War for right now, which is the whole patch and smoke. The grinds the grind through post-war, the first era, the grind through those 3 tanks is far less than, say, the grind from 8 to 10 in World War II. Right? We didn't want to start, off in a new mode and have the grind be as much as the very end of World War II, the World War II grind. So I would say, the core players of you are going to probably get through those in 30 to 50 matches. I think that first one 30, last one probably 50, and then you'll be into escalation. So that's our guess. I mean, this has all been done on simulations that we've run, our daily play test. We actually had a brand new QA person that was new to the game, and then a really experienced QA person. We had them playing for, I don't know, 3 weeks now. Every day, all day. That's all they did is play, so we can measure their progression and how they were earning, so we can try to tune it. But I can tell you, every simulation in the world will fail once again when it gets into the hands of the masses of you, because some of you are just complete animals, and just you can do millions of simulations with bots, and it's not going to tell you anything about what humans are going to do, how they're going to use, and how they're going to abuse your game. So we'll be adjusting, as we go along, listening to feedback.
One question that Lady Obscura just reposted here actually was something I was just going to ask you actually. So what kind are we able to talk about how much downtime we'd be expecting on Tuesday?
Well, if we don't talk about the unexpected, which could happen, and oh my God, my heart goes out to all the PC players and the PC teams right now due to the power outage in the data center. I know there was hundreds of people on conference calls, since 1 o'clock this morning, trying to get that sorted out. And I originally heard something like projections like Monday. Now I saw that they announced they think they're going to have it cleared up tomorrow, which I'm glad. But man, like, how stressful can that be? I'm like, as stressed as I am about this next release on Tuesday, having your entire game go down completely for an extended period of time is devastating. So best wishes out to them. But my answer is, my guess is optimistically we'll be done in 3 hours, but there's a lot of stuff to check. So I think 4 hours. 4 hours is like the max, bookends for the update on Tuesday, provided we don't get surprised by something that goes wrong, like a power outage or some really, really bad bug that we have to fix quickly.
Excellent. Isa King Salami, which is a great name, I believe we'll be getting the patch notes. Fingers crossed, hopefully on Monday. I think that's the aim to get them out on Monday, but we'll see. We're going to aim for Monday.
That's your team, Liam. I approved those on Wednesday, so my part of that is done.
Yeah, hopefully Monday. We're going to be streaming on Monday with Jeff Gregg, and we're going to be doing insider information on Monday. So we're going to have a lot to talk about anyway. I'm hoping we can talk about them on the patch notes on Monday as well, but we'll see. Hopefully.
Well, just so you know, Jeff asked me what he can talk about on Monday, and I told him anything.
Oh, okay. This is going to be a good one on Monday then.
It's like, is there anything I need to hold back about Tuesday's release? I'm like, no, at that point, you can talk about anything. But I'm covering most of it right now anyway, so I'm stealing his thunder. That's my job. I can do that.
It's going to be a good one.
I saw a question: will Cold War tanks have marks of excellence? Yes, they will. There's no medal earning in Cold War right now because we want to, see how they progress and how the tanks are performing and balance before we start supporting those for Cold War. But marks of excellence, since it's the average of the community and how the community plays, felt that was safe to do.
Excellent. What else have we got here? Just saw another. Lady Obscura is doing a fantastic job right now, reposting all of these questions.
Curating the questions.
She's curating for me, yeah, and Modern Callout as well. Do we have plans to introduce commander filters?
Wait, I think those went in. I think I forgot about that.
Ooh.
Hold on, let me check my build.
I know they're close. And we'll keep an eye out for some extra questions from you guys.
Maybe Lady Obscura can ask Max Chaos if I'm telling the truth or not.
Save us, Lady Obscura.
So one of those things about development is because we change things every day, we have to wipe our accounts every day. So it's not like I have a bunch of commanders I have to go filter through, because every day I have to start the day by recruiting a commander and outfitting his skills. So I haven't thought to try to use it myself.
Just check it now.
My development build is not available right now. Please try again later. I think cursed myself.
Peppermint Shaw asks, will you be able to convert 2D to 3D commanders in the future?
In the future, that's a really good question. That's been brought up. There's a ticket tracking that. There is no way to do that right now. We have been discussing a little bit. Is that something we can offer away through customer service? Of course, it's better whenever we can automate it and put it into the game. Because the question comes up like, hey, the best-selling 2D commander, or the most favorite 2D commander in the game, should we make a 3D version of it? Like, well, of course we should make a 3D version of it. They're like, well, what if that person's got that commander with all their skills and all trained up on 2D, and they get the 3D one, and they want to use the 3D one? How do they get the skills over? And I'm like, okay, this is a hard problem to solve, and we should solve it, and we absolutely will work on it. We'll think about it. Commander filters did not make it. That is on the list. That's actually in progress right now, but it did not make it for Tuesday. It's hard for me because I test the build for Tuesday, and then I'm also test builds for the future. So I see things and I forget which build it's in. We actually put interesting. We actually put different art in the different versions of the game because we would mix up which version we were in.
Yeah.
So in our different test versions.
So commander filters, they're on the way. Not on Tuesday, but soon.
Yeah, it's marked for the next release, but it says done, so I don't know why it didn't. Maybe that's what confused me, is I saw the ticket get completed, but it's marked for the next release. But I can look into that for you.
Excellent stuff. All right, let's see if we got any other little questions here. If we can find anything.
I got a couple more things I can talk about.
Go for it. I will look for some more questions.
So things on the way. I already talked to you. We'll add more stats and detailed stats. Give us your feedback. The proficiency tab in the PBRS that gives you the detailed damage info. That's that's in progress right now. I wanted that so badly too, but I couldn't get detailed stats and proficiency tab out of the same person in this amount of time. So it's in progress. More spectator mode improvements for the competitive play. Looking pretty good. I've seen it, but wasn't ready for prime time yet. So look for that definitely in our next release. It's all my notes.
Cool.
Do you want a copy of this, there, Mr. Liam, sir?
Please, yes. I will get this all typed up and put it onto the forums for everything that we talked about. I didn't want to ask this, but it's cropping up more and more. It's cropped up in the team. It's cropped up in the community. This community, for some reason, would like a MintoVimto commander. What have we got to put a ticket for?
Well, you can file a ticket, but that might sit far behind my Vampirus.
If the community wants,
if they want a 2D1's really easy. That's like easy to whip out. 3D commander is like those are a lot of work and take a long time. But yeah, we have other employees in the game as 2D commanders. So if you file a request for you to be a 2D commander, I can probably make that happen.
We'll see. We'll see if the community keeps asking for it. We will do that. And he will have a mustache, probably.
I forgot another update. Without mustache, I can't have that in the game. Sorry. Something else that we're working on. We think we found a pretty good solution. We think is going to make everybody happy with LVP, and being able to choose which tank you want to research next, rather than have to go through the line of them. So we are working on that. We heard you loud and clear, and so I think the design's about done for that and should start implementation. I'll update you in a future stream of where we're at on that and get you some pictures once I have something that's not, bad designer art.
Excellent.
And then when I mean bad designer art, I mean me. I can't draw. I can't draw to save my life.
Neither can I. I could definitely, have a crack at, helping, do some artwork, but at the end of the day, I can barely even manage Microsoft Paint. So you don't want me doing your art.
I used to get my point across to artists, especially when you're remote from them. I used to make terrible clip art collages in MS Paint and send them over, and they're just like,
yeah.
Don't ever do that to me again. I'm like, okay, my MS Paint career was over.
Okay, I'm going to just see if we could get a few more questions in here. Maybe 2 or 3 more. Lady Obscura again, legend. Can we have details about which tanks we destroy or damage in the post-battle results screen?
Yeah, that's the proficiency tab that will be coming. That is being worked on.
Excellent. Let's see. To read this one. How do we get an M1A1? You'll find out. I saw a few questions about mercenary tanks and about rank battles. I know that they're still coming in the near future. Am I correct?
Yeah, both pretty heavy in design. I think where we came down on Merc tanks is I think it was actually Lady Obscura's idea. Is if can we take one here or there and make them a chained Urnop just in the regular season stuff until we have the interface for it? And I'm like, yeah, sure, go right ahead. And then we talked about having kind of a universal interface for Urnop tanks. One that is not so much of a burden authoring and everything testing on the op side of things, but with a nice UI, and it could be a Merc tank, or when we go, oh, we're gonna bring this tank up for Urnop, and have it just be one universal interface for any tank to be earned, right? Kind of like personal missions on PC. So we're looking at something like that. So rather than being like, well, there's a Merc tech tree, and most of them aren't there most of the time available, but some are. It's like, why don't we just have interface? And then you have this Urnop that's in the challenge menu, and under that tab, it's like earning a tank too. It's like, why don't we just unify that all into one tab? And I don't have any brilliant name for it at the moment, so that we can use it for multiple nations of tanks.
Brilliant. I think one last question. The co-op, the Cold War co-op mode has been pretty popular from what I've seen in the community. And a question I just saw now was, will we see a co-op mode for World War II in the future, perhaps?
It is on my roadmap, yes.
Excellent.
It depends. It depends on the success of the Cold War co-op. The reason why we did that one first is because it was 18 tanks and 4 maps, and that's a lot easier than 919 tanks and 30 maps. So that was so we were like, okay, again, with this mode, we're able to explore things, and then we can learn how to balance it, and we can improve it, and we get AI improvements, and find ways to really make the bots with the players on an even level. Right now, when you match make, you'll be the teams will be mirrored. The bots will mirror the exact same tanks the humans take, right? So that's like, wow, the huge leap in forward and balancing. The next thing we're looking at is the bot tanks to also mirror somewhat, or if not all, of how the tanks are outfitted on the human team, right? So to make the challenge more interesting, I think if you just went in there and it was like shooting gallery, like bing, 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 and you kill the AI, it's not going to be any fun. You want a challenge. You want the bots to surprise you. You want them to flank you. You want, when you're chasing down that last one, to appear on the other side of the map, capturing your base, so you have to run back. And when I say appear, I mean he drove there just out of your sight line. We do not teleport tanks. The AI do not cheat in any way, and they're constantly getting better. It's honestly, with this this whole work from home for the past year, the bots in the co-op mode has just, well, the co-op mode's only been around for the last few months, has been such a huge help in our daily play tests. So we have them fill out 2 teams, and then or just play against bots solely and tune them. It helped us tune the tanks, helped us tune the maps. It's great that at any time of day I can jump in and I don't need to have to wait for people to sync up with me. And it's the regular mode. It's all the regular game modes. It plays like the regular game. It's not like our PvE before, where back in the day, the PvE was very, very structured, little missions, and it wasn't really representative of what a match was. So it's been a great testing tool too. And I'll sit here at night and be like, oh, I haven't learned this tank. I'm going to take it against the bots in co-op and play it over and over again until I learn it. So it's been a really cool development tool. And I honestly believe it's going to be a success. I think there's a lot of people that want to play that way. And we'll tune it, make it the best we can, and we'll bring it to World War II. Excellent. And now I'm going to be in trouble for committing to that, but it's on my roadmap anyway. So
the bots are learning. I heard from that. It's going to be like Terminator soon.
There is actually a group in wargaming. One of a very good friend of mine that is working with machine learning, and trying to figure out how do we do that to make better experiences. And they're using our bots. They're using our AI code for it, which I think is just super, super cool.
Wow.
And I feel like one day they're gonna knock on the door like, here, we brought your babies back, and they're gonna be just unbelievably smart and kick my butt. So I think that's kind of cool. We'll see what comes of it, but it's a bunch of really smart guys. I'm sure great things are gonna come with.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, guys, we've been here for a little bit longer than normal, but we've had a lot to talk about today. So I hope you've all really enjoyed what we've been able to talk about. Thank you so much, PainGod and Tankzars, for coming and doing this. I know that everybody's really enjoyed that. I'm sorry that we've not been able to get through all of the questions. However, if you want to just fire those questions to me on Discord, I should be able to get some answers for you before the end of the day today, if you guys want to hit me up. And just keep an eye out if you're joining us late as well. I will get all of this typed up, put it on the forums, and it'll get shared all over social media by all of you guys. So that's everything I have today. I'll see you guys on Monday for our final insider information before World of Tanks Modern Armor comes out on Tuesday. And congratulations to the team, PainGod, and thank you again for coming along today.
Thank you. I'm happy to come anytime. Sorry, our schedules have been missing each other the past few weeks. And one last thing I want to say is I saw in your community report that came early today.
It did, yeah.
Surprise! It actually came in the week of the report instead of the Wednesday after. So you're making progress. But I saw your comment about getting a developer to do an AMA, and I thought that was a great idea. I'm more than happy to do that a week or two out from Tuesday's release, so that we can answer questions for the community, based on the release and based on the future. So I'm volunteering right here, right now, publicly, to participate in and ask me anything. That is what it stands for, right?
It is.
Yeah, I'm not much on social media, guys. So
I didn't know this as well until I started here. So I think in 2 weeks I've been here for a year, and it's been nearly a year since I did my Reddit AMA as well. So be a nice tradition. Once a year we'll get somebody to come and do an AMA on Reddit. So watch out, Lemonhead. I'll be hitting you up to get this all organized. And thank you again for that.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for playing, as always. And I can't wait to hear your feedback on all the new stuff. And we can make a commitment. We'll be here next week, same time, right?
Of course we can. Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right. See you guys next week.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. We were good.